Pep Guardiola's rare admission after a hard-fought 1-1 draw felt less like modesty and more like a flashing red light for Manchester City. When a manager as exacting as Pep publicly names the better side, it doesn't just sum up 90 minutes, it signals a deeper problem. The night began promisingly for City when Erling Haaland smashed them into an early lead, a moment that suggested the champions might control the tempo. But as the clock ticked, Arsenal grew in confidence, pinning City back with a combination of aggressive pressing and quicker transitions. For long stretches, Pep's team looked unusually blunt in the places that usually define them. Their high press was disjointed, their build-up lacked the usual incision, and when Arsenal pressed, City's usual solutions, quick vertical passes, intelligent rotation, some weight and the calm that peels apart defences simply weren't there. Gabriel Martinelli's late equaliser wasn't some freak occurrence, it was the inevitable consequence of sustained pressure and clear openings that City failed to play. Guardiola's post-match words about a brutal fixture list, injuries and the mental toll on his players explained part of what we saw, but they don't fully erase the tactical and psychological cracks the match exposed. When your manager cites being not effective in high pressing and not effective in build-up, he's not offering excuses. He's naming the specific mechanisms that opponents can exploit. That admission hands rivals a roadmap. Press the champions with intensity, disrupt their first passes, and wait for moments of disorganization to become match-defining. Beyond the technicalities, the result has a human dimension too. Fatigue accumulates in small ways. The half-second a player hesitates, a pass that lacks weight, the missed defensive cue, and those slippages aggregate into decisive events. City's depth has been tested this season in ways that weren't anticipated. Rotating players, managing recovery, and finding consistent cohesion between starters and squad members now matters as much as tactical ploy. The draw is more than a single point dropped. It's a puncture in momentum and confidence that rivals will smell immediate. Arsenal left the pitch believing they were the better side, and that belief can harden into a season-long narrative if City fail to address both the physicality of their schedule and the structural issues Pep pointed to. Yet this is also a familiar City story. Champions who have weathered rough patches before and returned stronger. The difference here is the public nature of the admission. It invites scrutiny, raises questions about recruitment and rotation, and forces decisions that might have been deferred. Should the manager freshen the lineup more aggressively, protect certain players from overload, or alter tactical patterns to compensate for the lost sharpness? For supporters, the match produces a mix of unease and faith. Unease because a side used to controlling games looked shaky, and faith because the managerial mind that built the team has both the record and the resources to fix it. For neutrals and rivals, though, tonight's stalemate will be framed as evidence that Manchester City's armour isn't invincible. A narrative that can change how games against them are approached for the rest of the campaign. The immediate tasks are clear. Recover, analyse with brutal honesty the moments that allowed the equaliser, and ensure rotation and recovery plans are front and centre as the schedule refuses to relent. Long-term, Pep and his staff must ensure the mental resilience that carried City through past storms is back at full strength, because the title race doesn't forgive extended wobble. This draw may be only 1 point on the board, but it's a louder message. The champions can be challenged, and if they don't respond quickly, tonight's admission could be remembered as the moment momentum shifted.